All right, Capricorn, so far we've done how Taurus feels about you, how Capricorn feels about you, and how Aquarius, now Leo. So we're going to find out how Leo feels about you. Make sure to cross-watch, guys. A lot of times, the energy that you guys are in, it's really interesting. It will go into other readings, like just Aquarius and Taurus weren't too far apart. So this is fire. Strength is Leo, and that's fire, and this is your earth, my earth sign, Capricorn. So this is how they feel about you. Now remember, relationships are here to help us learn more about ourselves. Oftentimes in relationships, it mirrors, like they'll mirror us. It's easier to look at them than ourselves, right? So keep that in mind, guys, that if something's going on and you feel like, oh, it's not me, it's them. Well, they're in our life for a reason, and that we learn things about ourselves from relationships. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a business relationship. Just take it how it resonates, guys, okay? It doesn't always have to be a love relationship. All right, so here we have the Ten of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Now, so how they feel about you. This is how Leo feels about you. And energy is fluid, of course. And also, please don't forget that oftentimes we mirror each other. So, and these are general readings. If you want something that's more specific in your relationship, that would be a personal reading, okay? So take it as it resonates, guys. If it's not yours, it's not yours. Just leave it where it is. So this is Saturn and Sagittarius. There's a lot. So Saturn is the planet of karma. So you guys are going through a lot of karma, good or bad. It depends on how you've acted in the past, right? So especially after that super duper moon we just went through, there's a lot of karma going on. So Leo feels burdened, weighed down by obligations, or also exhausted. So often this card represents somebody who is in service to the needs of a relationship, family obligations, or their work. Okay, so this also could mean like selflessness in their best and worst traits. This is the Lord of Oppression. So this is the Ten of Wands, right? Tens in the Tree of Life are the very bottom. It's a completion. So this is the Lord of Oppression, meaning that somebody here feels like a burden. There's a burden, okay? Now, whether it's you or them, like I said, energy is fluid, but somebody here feels burdened. The thing about this is that they're doing this on their own accord, okay? Meaning that they don't have to do this, but they are. Whether that's you or them, you know, that you make up, you decide. But somebody here feels burdened. If you feel burdened, then you need to ask them for help, okay? We automatically assume that people can read our minds. They can't. We can't. And sometimes people get so caught up in what they're doing that they don't realize what the other person is going through, whether that's you or them or you, you know, like I said, take it as it resonates. But in a partnership, you guys should be taking this burden, or taking these responsibilities, whatever it is, and sharing the responsibility. So just letting you know, whether it's you or them, if it's you, tell them, okay, I feel burdened from this, but because you're doing this on your own accord, meaning that they might not even understand or know that you feel this way. Nobody can read our minds, guys. If you don't feel burdened by something, then they probably feel burdened. So ask them, is there anything that I can do to help lift this load off? You know, like, or tell them, hey, you're taking on way too much. You know, if it has nothing to do with the connection and something else, then say, hey, like, let them know, like, you don't have to do this. You can ask for help. Whether you help them or somebody else helps them, you know, whatever, but somebody here feels burdened, okay? Page of Swords. Swords represents our air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So swords they mirror the quality of our minds. Think of it as a mirror, right? So this is like behavior, thought process, right? So the Page of Swords, this is the Sun in Gemini. This is Gemini, sorry about that. But it's not the Sun, sorry. Pages don't represent that. They don't represent a specific planet, but this is air. And it's the Lord of Dissolution, okay? So a changed view. So this is like a new idea, curiosity, wants to learn, or a new form of communication. So like I said, it's like our minds, right? It mirrors the quality of our minds. So the swords are air, and what happens is this is like a graduation. So from the 1 through 10 of learning from the minor arcana, it's like a graduation, right? So this is a new thought process. This is a new way to look at something. It's like new clarity or a changed view in something, right? Or very curious about something. So it's a graduation of the 1 through 10, but now it's not completely like the Queen of Swords, okay? So the only thing about the swords I have to say and remind people is to have emotion in it, okay? Because the swords are all about thought. It's all about our minds, and our minds are always geared to go to the extremes, right? So the next card is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So eights on the Tree of Life are seeking solutions, right? So, well, let's go back to the Page of Swords real quick, because I want to see. So how they feel, or how they're feeling about something. I didn't really cover that because I just covered about what this card actually means, and that's like a new thought process. So Leo feels defensive about a personal or vulnerability about okay, so they feel defensive. Okay, so it might be vulnerability, or you might be getting mixed signals from them, right? They might be looking for acknowledgement, or you might be looking for acknowledgement. Or somebody's looking for acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Okay, so you're probably not going to receive it, or they're not going to receive it. Or somebody here might be acting unaccountable about something, or immature. So this is a changed view, okay? So because this is swords, somebody's not communicating, right? And somebody might be feeling a little bit too vulnerable, or sending mixed signals, if they're sending mixed signals to you. Or, like I said, you or them, they might be looking for acknowledgement of a wrongdoing that you're not going to get. You're not going to receive it, right? So if there's, who does that? I mean, I mean, no offense or anything like that, but when you do something wrong, why would you want acknowledgement of that? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people will act out and do wrong things just to get, so, like a child, right? So they're like, okay, well, you know what? I learned that if I do this, I get more of a reaction out of my parent than if I don't. So I'm going to do this. So I don't care how I get this attention from them. I'm just, as long as I get it. That's what this card represents. So they might feel like they're not getting attention, or they might feel like you're not paying attention to them. In a sense of like, and I mean, I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it's weird that how I worded that. But what I'm saying is like, that's the mixed signals, right? They're getting mixed signals. So they're trying to figure in our minds, and sometimes like it may seem like somebody's being manipulative in a sense, but sometimes people do that unknowingly because we've learned that at a very young age, like, hey, if I act bad, I'm going to get this reaction from them, right? Not knowing that it's the good reactions that we want, but sometimes in a desperate need, that's what we end up doing. So somebody might be doing this in an immature way, because like I said, remember, she's not the queen yet, right? And this is the swords are communication. So keep that in mind, guys, that somebody might feel that way. Because somebody whoever has this burden, right? Whoever's taking on this burden. Now, so you might be working okay, this is just an example, okay? You might be working your butt off that you're not paying attention to them. So then they're sending mixed signals, right? And they're like, they might be doing something bad just to get your attention, and they're waiting for your response in it, but you're like, well, I can't pay attention to what you're doing because I'm doing all this work. So how am I going to pay attention to you? So they might not realize that you're carrying this burden by yourself. You're doing this by yourself, and you're not even seeing what they're doing because you're too busy working, right? You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, guys. We'll see what Spirit says, because we do messages too, so we'll figure this out. So Cups, Eight of Cups. This is in reverse. So eights on the Tree of Life are seeking solutions. Cups represents our feelings, emotions, relationships. So this is Saturn again. You guys have Saturn in all your readings. Saturn and Pisces. So Leo is erecting emotional barriers and it's not facing an important issue head on, right? That's what I said. There's an issue here that's you guys are not seeing. You're too busy working, they're too busy trying to get your attention, but you guys aren't facing the issue at hand, okay? Maybe neglecting uncomfortable truths that can result in feelings of anxiety or obsessiveness. Sometimes people need to accept reality and gradually, sometimes people need to accept reality in slowly, okay? Rather than having it all come at them at once. So, yeah. And it's crazy that it says that because these are like in all your other readings. You guys got to watch these other readings. Because even if it's not some, like, it has to do with Leo and Capricorn, it's still the energy of that you guys are in, and it reflects off all these other readings. So watch the other ones. It's interesting how this is playing out. Like it's almost in every single reading it's the same energy. So like I said, we mirror who we're with because it's something that we need to know. But the thing is, Capricorn, that it's almost the same situation in every reading. So it's not necessarily them. All right, so 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. It's good to see the 4 of Wands in here. It's like a celebration. That's home. It's a happy home. Okay, so this is messages from Spirit. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Pentacles are your energy. That's earth signs, right? But it's in reverse here. So why is that in reverse, guys? That's like the end all be all of the minor arcana. So 10 of Pentacles is Virgo energy, Mercury and Virgo. So this is the Lord of Wealth. So in reverse, there might be a significant financial loss or a loss. Maybe that's why you're carrying this burden. That's the burden probably. That there's a significant financial loss here. Or there was something that was lost. It might not be money-wise, but it could be. So here's the thing. Our heart chakras are green. And if we are not emotionally stable, what color is money? Green. So basically, and look at there's green right there. But anyways, what I'm saying is that like if we're not emotionally stable, it affects our money. Keep that in mind, guys. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles is a cycle, constant cycle, like or repetition of something, right? So you're repeating a cycle, or you're repeating something over and over and over again, right? You're carrying this burden. You're working. Maybe you're working so much. You're working too much. Probably maybe too with that loss there, that your financial loss, or whatever you think that is, or whatever it was. So this is the Lord of Prudence, okay? It's the Sun in Virgo. So this is like discipline, self-good, repeating tasks, mastery, repetition, skill development. I mean, if you think about it, it's a cycle. Repeat it over and over again. Or it's work. So you guys could be working your buns off. And that's what Capricorn does. They work. That's what they're good at. But sometimes you guys get so like work that you forget about the home, or somebody's trying to get your attention and they're going to get it in any way possible, right? Because you're so busy working, you're taking on that burden by yourself, like, oh, I have to provide, I have to do this, I have to work. No, you don't, because when you die, we don't take anything with us, guys. I'm not saying don't be comfortable in this world, like, I get it, but remember what's important, okay? That's what's important. So 4 Wands. 4s are the merit of deservingness. We feel like we deserve this. We want this. We need this, right? So let's work till we get it, right? Wands are fire signs, which is Venus and Aries. So this is the Lord of perfected work. What did I say? But this is like relaxation. They want you to relax, okay? They want you to be happy in the home, okay? Like people work so much to have that happiness, but then when you get it, or you work so much that you're not being able to enjoy it. You need to enjoy it because it's redundant then. Like that's the whole point that you're doing it for, to have a state like a happy home or harmony and things like that. Well, you know, once you have that, if you don't see that you have that because you're working your buns off, then what is the point, guys? Okay, just keep that in mind, guys. Okay, this is your reading of how Leo feels about Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Love and light.